What's up, toxic gamers? Y'all might want to get your pitch and forks ready because today we got Bill Burr and Joe Rogan talk about why you should quit playing video games. Like this video, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's go for 5 likes and let's hear their arguments.
The fact that you're doing it and the fact that you're learning a new thing that's really difficult to learn, don't you think that that's good for your brain?
Agreed.
No, I am a big believer in constantly learning. It's why I like you as a person, because you're constantly, like, you're not the Joe I knew 3 years ago in a good way. You're like, you learn all of this. You know, when I first met you, you weren't hunting. You were into martial. That was the thing. You were two-dimensional. You were, which was amazing because everyone was just a comedian. You were this Taekwondo champion, stand-up guy. And then since then you've added all, like, the guests that you have on and the fact that you're able to, like, talk to.
This one was one of the best one. I'm not sure if I can say his name or not, but let's just call him AJ, right? Like, he did how many podcasts have done so far? Like 2? I believe he's done 2, maybe more than 2, maybe 3. I feel like he did 2 or 3. I need another one. I need another 5 hours one where he talked about the frogs are turning. Hey, the water, the fluoride in the water is turning the frogs. I cannot say that precisely because then the algo will catch me. You know what I'm saying?
Doing stuff is because you've continued to, it's the same thing with like a comic who writes his first hour and then just sits on it for like 8 years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden 2 presidents goes by and it's like, why aren't they laughing anymore? It's like, because you're just stuck in time. So
true.
I believe in that, and I also believe in playing card games and stuff is good for your mind.
Yeah.
And
any games. They say even video games. You know, people like to shit on video games, but they say video games have a positive cognitive effect on kids.
Yeah,
because you're calculating and moving. You're thinking fast.
Yeah, their hand-eye coordination is like insane.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, I feel like plot twist is about to come in though. Get your pitch and forks ready, gamers. Let's hear the upcoming arguments.
Some of those games,
go down.
If you play them, I guess, I don't know.
Well, you think about the amount of hours they're putting into their thumbs. Just how often do you really use your thumb in like detailed ways? Very rarely. But kids today, they have ridiculous thumb dexterity.
I tapped out Grand Theft Auto 3 is when I stopped, which is about 2003, 2002 or something. They were just too amazing. And I was just like, I am nowhere in my career right now, and this is just... Dude, I was walking around. I was living in New York at the time, and I would stop playing the game, and I would be walking down the street thinking about it. Like, I'd walk into the subway, like not thinking about jokes, thinking how I could beat this next level. And I remember I played this Medal of Honor game, and they had this thing when you hit the sniper button, like the scope would go like that and X would go like that. And I played.
Medal of Honor 2010 was so good though. I remember like Call of Duty Black Ops 1 was around that time. We also had like Medal of Honor 2010, like I said, Battlefield 3 as well. We had games like Uncharted on the PlayStation. I believe Halo was booming. Xbox had some of their games as well. Even God of War. I believe God of War 3 came out around that time as well. GTA 4, I believe, came out in 2008. So that was still ongoing in 2010s. I'm sure we probably had rumors of GTA 5 or the next GTA game around that 2010, 2011 as well. Man, and 2011 was the first reveal trailer for GTA 5 that I remember as well, and we're still waiting for GTA 6. Man, life was simple, man. Life was really simple. I would play all day as well.
Played it one day, 1 week, so much that when I walked out on the street, I was looking at people across the street doing like that X thing was going on my face. I was just like, there's something about, like, I already... I'm not the brightest guy, when it comes.
Bro, what I would do in like classes as I was a kid, it's one of those things, right? Like when you first discover games like FPS games like Call of Duty, you would start like taking your finger, you would be like, you would take like pencil, like pow, 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 like, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to do that. I've been looking back, that's kind of like a retard move right there, but bruh, right? But what you gonna do about it, man? That's like childhood right there.
Comes to like school, so it's just like I was like, this is doing something to my brain. So I remember came home and I just unplugged everything, but really quickly took everything off because I knew I was never gonna figure it out and I didn't have the instructions anymore.
Dog, video games are not the problems, right? It's basically, for example, right? If you're not playing video games, you're definitely going to be finding your escape through another media. Maybe that's like movies. And if that's the case, are we going to say movies are a waste of time? No, not really, because you need time to wind down. I guess what he's trying to say is moderation. Moderation is key though. You cannot simply just say like, hey man, quit playing video games. Now, personally, I have not played games in months, because right now the gaming is dry, really dry for me personally, though some of you suckers are playing 24/7 and that's fine. But I guess the point he's trying to make is moderation. Just say it. Everybody, say it with me. Moderation is key, though. You don't want to be playing 24 hours a day, or you don't want to also go cold turkey, though, because if you're not playing games, you're definitely doing something that is also a waste of time. In all honesty, though, anything and everything, if you look at it objectively, can be a waste of time, though.
Stuck it in the back of the closet. Like, well, that's it.
I did the same thing with video games with Quake. I had a real problem when I was playing 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day sometimes. I had a T1 line installed in my house just so I could play with a fast internet connection. This is like 1998.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
What?
I mean, there was slow internet where I was. So
Yo, 1998. Damn. Oh shit. Okay, we did not have PlayStation. Did we have PlayStation 1 around that time? I'm assuming he probably played on PC around that time. Yo, could you even play online?
I said, well, what's the options? And so one option is they chew up the street and put this crazy fat business line. Cost me a shitload of money. And I was like, let's do it. So I had it installed, a business line that we'd use, at the time, you'd use for a large building.
Right.
And I had it just for my house. And I would play video games online all the time. And
you could play online against people for the last 20 years?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
We'd play online teams. We'd have teams of guys, like me and 3 of my friends would play against 4 other guys, and we'd like meet at a certain server, and you could chat and talk to each other. All right, you ready to go? All right, let's go in 3, 2.
Yeah, and 20 years later, we getting crazy microtransactions. Online is pay to play, right? At least on the consoles. For PC, it's still free. Man. 100 years from now, bro, like, is gaming gonna be like Ready Player One? If you guys seen the movie, one in the comments if you've seen that movie. Wonderful, amazing, brilliant movie, by the way. And again, though, like, if playing video games is a waste of time, me watching the movie or you watching movies also could be a waste of time, though. Moderation is key, though.
One go, and then the game will start, and then we'd have these matches, and it was fun, man. It was really fun. It was really exciting too, because it's all happening in real time.
Yeah.
But I reached a point somewhere around like the year 2000 where I know one day I played until it was sunlight, until the sun came up, and
I mean, obviously, and I'm 30 years old. Obviously, if you're playing that long, like, dog, okay, once in a blue moon, that's fine. If you're a kid, I mean, listen, I've even pulled all-nighters. Like, listen, are you really a gamer if you never pulled those all-nighters? Are you really a gamer if you started playing at midnight, or not midnight, but let's just say you started playing any game, whatever game you play, right? You've started playing at evening, and all of a sudden the sun has gone down and it comes back up again, right? Like, are you really a gamer if you've never done that? It's one of those things. But do you want to do that all day, every day? Absolutely not. Obviously, that's a problem, though. The video games are not a problem, okay? Movies are not a problem. Whatever media you consume, that's not a problem. The problem is that if that is overtaking your career, if that's overtaking your objectives, that's overtaking your life, that is the problem. That is the root problem of them all.
Now, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, my hands are sweating. I'm all caffeinated up. I've been drinking Mountain Dew for the past 8 hours. And I realized, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, this is, I'm not where I want to be as a comic. I'm not where I want to be with my life. And I'm just sitting here playing video games all the time, and there's no future in this. I've been stuck in things where...
Well, I made my career off of playing video games, and so many people did. Now, listen, obviously, that's like a dream job, right? It is a dream job, let's be real, but if you are just doing one thing and one thing only, and that is putting you back, or, for example, it's not like letting you accelerate and not letting you grow in your business or career, and it's slowing you down, then that is a problem. If video games are slowing you down, it's a problem. Then you gotta cut it off. Not completely, but obviously don't go and start playing 20 hours a day. If you're broke, don't play it 24 hours a day. Maybe 1 hour a day, maybe 3 hours a day. Okay, you know what, 5 hours a day, once in a week or twice a week, and other days maybe you're taking a day off from playing video games and you're doing something else. Maybe you're trying to find new ideas to pursue, and you're trying to improve your skills and enhance your skills and attack different ideas objectively for your career, right? Then that's fine. Playing it for a little bit, then that's fine. Personally, I'm not playing right now. It's not because of this situation. Like, video games are a waste of time. It's because like there's nothing really exciting for me. I'm waiting for GTA 6 right now, though.
Where there's no future before. I know what that is. I felt like that with fighting. I was when I was 21. There was a point in time where I was like, there's no future in this. Like, I'm just going to keep getting hit in the head, and I'm going to get dumber and more brain damage and more crazy. Right. And I'm like, this is dangerous. And I realized I got to stop. I got to stop. There's no future in this. There was no money in fighting back then either. And then I got there with pool. Same thing with pool. Like, my manager called me up, and he said, I think you play pool too much. He's like, I think he's like, I think that you seriously think about pool more than you do your career. And I respect him, and he's a very good friend of mine. So I had to really pause. I didn't take it lightly. I had to take a deep breath, and I was like, he's right. He's right. I play pool all the time. I was playing every day. I have a real addictive personality.
I do too.
Then that could be a problem, though. That could be a problem. If you know that you're gonna be addicted, then that's a problem. Then you need to find the root cause. You need to cut that. But in all reality, everything and anything can be a waste of time if you look at it objectively. For example, if you just watch movies or listen to news all day, that's a waste of time. Obviously, you can make the argument, well, I'm getting informed. But let's be real, though. Like, are you really getting informed? Is it something that you really need to know? When you think about it, yeah, there's certain news tab that is good to know, and it's good to know what's happening in the world. But do you really need to be stuck with it 24/7? Do you not think that the media is controlling you? Do you not think that they're spreading lies and BS and bull squash? Just think about it, right? But moderation is key. Moderation is key.
So I get like how many hours I want to get flying, and then like things I want to learn playing drums and stuff, and then it becomes I've had to learn to be like, Bill, these are,
we can all argue, bro, like if you're flying like 5 hours every single day, or for how many amount of times you're flying, it's a waste of time. It really is a waste of time. If you're flying by yourself, or let's just say that's your hobby. Video games are a hobby, right? It's the same way. You can drive cars in GTA 5 for 30 minutes and you're gonna be stress-free. If you drive cars in real life for 30 minutes, you're also gonna be stress-free. But guess what, folks? 30 minutes of gas that's gonna be used up, that's costing real money, okay? That's costing real money. Obviously, buying the game to begin with is also gonna cost real money as well, don't get me wrong, but the point here is that everything and anything, if you think about it logically, can be a waste of time. So it's all about moderation.
Hobbies.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're a dad first, then you're a comedian. Let's sort of prioritize. Like, the world isn't waiting for you to know how to play good times, bad times.
Yeah.
That can sit back a little bit.
But the fact that you're doing that kind of stuff, I think, is great. I really identify with you in a lot of ways. The way you do that, where you get crazy about drums, or you get crazy about
cooking,
helicopters. Yeah,
everything. I go down like.
Well, cooking can be a waste of time because you always have your wife to cook. You know what I'm saying? Misogyny. No, I'm just joking around, but.
I got to learn all about
Alright, boys, check this video out. I want to know your thoughts. Click on this video on the screen. This literally just went down. This is an absolute insane story. I cannot even believe that what just happened to this sucker out here, bro. Click on it and I will see you right there.